Good morning, children. As already we started the new lesson. What is that? Can you say? Third lesson we started, that is animal fiber. Yes? Do you remember or not? Did you observe? What is this? Animal fiber. That already we started. Yes? Where in this animal fiber lesson we need to learn two different type of animals from where we get the fiber. One already we completed, that is silkworm, right? The second we are going to study about wool. These are the two topics that we need to cover in this lesson. Okay, children. So in silkworm already you have completed the different stages, how they take out the silk thread from the silkworm. Everything I shown in a video, right? So for that you have to draw the diagram of life cycle of silkworm. That I am going to show you now. That you have to draw in a classwork neatly, children. See. So this is the diagram. You have to draw in a classwork the life cycle of silkworm, where it has four stages: egg, larva, pupa and imago or adult. Okay. This diagram you have to draw in a classwork. Okay, children? Right. Now we are going to continue with the lesson, the second one, that is the story of the wool. We have to study about the wool. Can you tell me from where we get the wool, children? Yes, you may be telling we get from the animals like sheep. Yes, gurre. Right? We want not only from the sheep, we also get this wool from goat, yak, alma, camel, alpaca. Okay, already you know what is sheep, what is goat and what is alpaca, right? So yak is nothing but it is, we call it as adavi dunne. It will be present in the forest. Alma and camel also you know very well. Alpaca and alma are the animals which will be present in the colder regions, Arctic or Antarctic or Kashmir regions. They will be finding where they have a bunches of hairs on their body, right? So from these animals we get this wool, children, with which we are able to weave the different cloths like sweaters, mufflers, hats, long coats, table covers, and like this different types of dresses, different types of fabric we will prepare for our purposes. Okay, right? These animals will have skin, on the skin they have hairs on their body. These hairs are collectively called as fleece. The hairs present, hairs of animals present are called as fleece. These fleece are used to prepare this wool. And this hair of the animals is made up of a protein. It is made up of a protein called as keratin. What is that called? Keratin. With this keratin, the animal hairs are made up of. Okay, children? Right? And these animals are present in different parts of our country, like Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and other places. And in some places the farmers are rearing these animals to get the wool. Okay, children? Right? Now we are going to start how these animals, from these animals we get this wool. Here we have a flow chart how this wool is formed. In that, the first step is called shearing. What is that called? Shearing. First one. The shearing is nothing but it is the removal of hairs from the animal body. Removing the hairs from the animal body is called shearing, where I will show you that picture, one picture. You can see here. Can you see this? The man is removing the hairs of the sheep with some machine like structure. They will use shear. They call it a shear. Okay, with that machine they remove all the hairs of that animal. This process is called shearing, right? Next, after shearing, the second step is called as scoring. The scoring is nothing but it is the process of cleaning, we can say, or washing. It is the process of cleaning or washing the hairs. Whatever hairs they are removed, that all hairs are kept in a tank where it contains water. In that water some chemicals are also added, where in this water they will clean that hairs, because the hair may contain dust or grease or anything else, waste material, right? That all has to be cleaned. That process is called scoring. Okay, after the scoring, after washing, they will remove that all hair and they spread on a floor where they will send cool air, whereby the hair become very soft, right? The third step is called as sorting. What is this called? Sorting. Sorting is nothing but, I'll show you the picture. See what this person is doing here. Yes, he is doing sorting. Sorting is nothing but separating. That is nothing but separating the hairs based on the length. Some are long, some are short, yes, or color. Okay, based on their length, based on their color, based whether they are nice or they are broken into pieces. Based on that, they'll sort out all the different type of hairs and they keep in a heaps. Heaps means kuppal they will keep it in a proper place, right? The next step is called bleaching. What is that called? Bleaching. Bleaching is nothing but it is the process of applying the color. Next is called dyeing. This two is nothing but coloring, because when you see these hairs of this animal, they may be white, brown or black in color. But now we have different types of or different colors sweaters we get because of this bleaching and dyeing. They add the color to the hairs to get different colors. That process is called bleaching and dyeing. Okay children, right? The next sixth step is nothing but combing, or it is also called as carding. Combing or carding. In this step they will comb the hairs, because the hairs may be formed into bunches. They may be formed into bunches. So with the help of a comb-like structure they will be having. With that comb-like structure they will comb these hairs to come into proper way, where there may be knots in the hairs, right? So to remove that all knots they will comb, or the process is called carding. They remove the hairs and they make it a properly long hairs they will make it, right? The next is called rolling and twisting. Rolling and twisting. Nothing here. Rolling means what? Just whatever the hairs that are combed, after they get, they will roll it out like this. They will roll and twist it. They will twist. You might have seen how you make the deepam we use that ottu, right? How they will do? The same manner, whatever the combed hairs are there, those are rolled and twisted. They will twist it. Okay children. And after twisting they form like next they will do spinning. Spinning means what? Just they will spin. I will show the picture. See this picture. What they are doing? This is called spinning. The hairs which are coming like this, they go inside and they will spin inside and spin into the long yarn like structure, thread like structure. Okay children. The next ninth step. Then next step is called weaving, or else we call it as knitting, right? After this, what happened? After spinning, whatever they get, they will weave. Weave means what? What we call that buttal alladam. This is called weaving. Can you see? He is weaving the cloth. So whatever the woolen threads they got, that all they will weave in that manner, right? What is knitting? Knitting is nothing but alladam. You can see this. With the help of some small needle like structures they will knit, right? Kuttadam anamata, right? They will knit. By this weaving and knitting we get the last step, we get the woolen fabric. We get the woolen fabric. Fabric means battalu. So in this way this woolen is taken out and used to make the woolen fabric, which is used to prepare sweaters, mufflers, caps, hats or long coats. Yes or no? We use in winter season, right? Why we use only this woolen clothes in winter season? Because this woolen is have a loose gap in between which trap the air. So the air is a bad conductor of heat, so that it will not allow the heat to come out from our body, so that we will feel warm. Understood, right? Clear, children? So this is a story of wool, how to prepare, right? Next I'll show you here one flow chart. This is the flow chart. This you copy down in a classwork, right? Shearing, scoring, sorting, bleaching, dyeing, combing or carding, rolling and twisting, spinning, weaving or knitting and woolen fabric. Understood all of you? Right, children? So this is the animal fiber lesson. We'll continue in the next class, children. Thank you.